The 13-Day War is often used as an example of prudent military planning, extraordinary valor in the face of death, and the consequences of aggressive expansion. The immediate defeat of the Ottomans at the hands of the British Empire was, in fact, years in the making, and it would shape the future of the region for centuries to come. But the show of force exhibited by the British Empire drew the attention of the Zulu nation as well. Where once the British, the Zulu, and their Haudenosaunee vassals were able to cohabitate in an admittedly tense environment, the need to keep the British Empire contained forced the Zulu hand. In an attempt to hamper their expansion into the Americas, Zulu and Haudenosaunee soldiers began a campaign of harassment that would threaten British colonists and their military escorts. As news of the aggression around Lusitania came to the homeland, public sentiment was a mix of anger and apprehension. The Zulu weren't some distant enemy. They bordered Mohenjo-Daro to the north, a few stops away by train, and this war to come would be of a far greater scale than any seen in the past. Contrary to the prior years of keeping calm and carrying on, the British had a new mantra. We shall fight in the Americas. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength. We shall defend our lands, whatever the cost might be. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender, and if, which I do not for a moment believe, our home or a large part of it were subjugated or starving, then our empire beyond the seas, armed and guarded by the British fleet, would carry on the struggle, until in God's good time, the New World, with all its power and might, steps forth to the rescue, the liberation of the old. Hey everybody, it's PartyElite. Welcome back to our Humankind Forging India miniseries. As always, I am thoroughly excited to see exactly where our story takes us next. War with the Ottomans is pretty well done. They haven't got much left, and truth be told, they are basically just putting on a show at this point in time. They've all but given up on the fighting, and we can entirely divert our attention elsewhere, which is exactly what we'll be doing today, folks, as we turn our attention to the Americas and the enemies we find here. The same enemies that we'll be finding very close to our own home, actually, and our own borders. Of course, over here we are currently being harassed by Haudenosaunee and Zulu soldiers, forcing us on the back foot a little bit, and we will have our vengeance for it, of course. We will push back in kind. They have claimed territory on our border. They've attacked us not once but twice. Again, it's an extension of their vassals' behaviors, of course, and I feel as though we should push these demands right away to try and push our war support, to try and make our people that much more eager for war so that we can declare it without triggering any penalties, without causing any concerns for us being, traitors, for example, or just causing the reduced war support. We don't want any of those struggles over the course of this war because it will be a large one when it kicks off. It will last a fair bit of time. So we have to reduce any such potential for trouble. And in order to do that, I think I will be pushing some of these demands and seeing just how far we can go with them. In fact, why hesitate? Why not go for it right now? Let's go ahead and push this demand. Give us Natasha. They'll add their second demand, of course, and so we will add our own second demand, and then we will add our third. Now, I could withdraw my demands, giving me extra war support. I could accept their demands, which is not going to happen. They'll take Lusitania and Porama from us. I'm not going to allow that. It would give us a fair bit of war support. It would instigate our people quite a bit. I could also refuse their demands. It would grant them some war support. I don't think there's any benefit to doing that. They're already maxed out on war support. It might just anger them a bit further, I suppose, but I think what would really help us is actually withdrawing our demands. Again, this is that diplomatic play, right? We're not pushing our grievances. The intent was never to actually have them accept our demands. The intent was to rile our people up. And so we will, in fact, yes, withdraw our demands.
Sometimes my temper makes me impulsive. Let's try again.
And rile our people up. That's a pretty solid war support next turn. We just have to find a way to further it, to push it even higher. And I think the only way to really do that is to keep sort of tempting engagements in the New World. Unfortunately, this battle over here is going to be, well, a loss. There's no two ways about it. We can't even retreat. We're up against a bunch of Hunnic horde. There's nothing we can do about it. Might as well instant resolve this one and seek vengeance some other day. It really is a shame. It really is a shame that we lost that unit. They've been in the New World for how long now? For how many years? How many generations of soldiers? And now at Lusitania they fall. We will have our vengeance though. We will have our vengeance. Up over here, I'm about ready to establish a new city. If not, at least establish some additional outposts. Taking a quick look at our tech screen over here, just as a reminder, we're currently researching electricity. After that comes urban planning, with which comes our +1 city cap. So as soon as we get there, we're going to feel a lot more comfortable with adding another city under our massive banner. But in the meanwhile, we can go around and just establish outposts still. Because again, we need influence for all of that, so we want to make sure we don't slow down our influence gain until it's absolutely necessary. So let's go ahead and... Whoop, nope, I meant to close that. Apart from that, though, apart from this over here, we've got what going on? I do believe I actually caught a notification as I was loading into this save, and that notification has to do with Bustum Nugget over here. You'll see that they are actually losing a fair bit of stability, heading towards 22%, which takes them down to the mutinous threshold. They are also still suffering from a food situation. Now, the grain silos will be done next turn, so that's good, and that should help with our food situation. As many of you have pointed out in the comments, by the way, this might be because of the rebalancing they did with the latest update, where things are, well, a little bit harder to manage, and I quite like that. I just didn't realize that of course the update would apply for us as well, and that's why all of a sudden we saw famines sort of sweep across the land. But I think we've done enough to counteract that across the board. We'll see, of course, in due time, but I think in one turn we should see some good some good work being done with these grain silos. Now, actually, while mentioning the comments, I should mention as well, folks, again, and as always, if you've been enjoying this series, if you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. And that doesn't just apply to this series, of course, it applies to Humankind in general on the channel. If you want more Humankind on the channel, the best way to make that happen is by letting me know, and the best way to let me know is by leaving a like and a comment. I also want to just apologize for the delay in this episode. It is the result of... I'm just going to cancel these real quick because I want to... oh, I've already invested some in it, have I? I guess I have. I just wanted to make sure I was putting them down in the right places. But yeah, I wanted to really quickly apologize because this episode is slightly delayed. However, it's because this last week, and more than just this last week actually, has been absolutely insane. Lots of cool stuff going down behind the scenes. I cannot wait to share. Some of it I already have, in fact, on the community tab on the channel. But there's a lot going on, and I do apologize for the delay in this episode. I thank you for your patience. And I just want to mention again, if you don't follow me on Twitter or you aren't in the Discord, links to both of those are in the description down below, and they're both a great way to stay up to date to scheduling changes, adjustments, and why they're happening, when they're happening. I do share those updates because I want to make sure everyone knows what's going on when it's predictable. Sometimes it is unpredictable, but when it's predictable, I do try to get the warnings out as soon as possible. Anyway, with that said, let's see what else there is to do. I mean, these guys, I want to position myself against Sipar over here because, again, war is coming. And from down over here, it won't take very long. I think it'll take just one turn, actually, to get all the way up over here. Yeah, just the one turn. I do love train stations. They're just so cool. They're just so cool. They completely change the landscape. And then down over here, we got this 6 stack as well. A lot of them will need upgrades, and that will be expensive. But I think by the time war comes, they'll be we'll be able to afford it. Now here, this should work out nicely, where if we're trying to get up to the train station up here, yeah, look at that, look at that. We're actually going to use the harbor to train station connection down there. That's great. Oh, I love when things like that work out in games like this. It's so cool. It's so cool. But yeah, we're making a fair bit of money. Over $1,000 per turn. That should make it, let's see, we need 3 turns per unit. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 12 turns. Okay, it's going to take us less than 12 turns to instigate this war. We already have enough for 1 unit to upgrade, so 11 turns. Okay, fine. I guess our pikemen and arquebusiers might, or musketeers might stay as pikemen and musketeers, because we will have to upgrade our Samnaya. They are the obvious targets for these upgrades. I'd be a fool to allow a level 3 veterancy unit to stay at a low tier and get slaughtered. You know, that would be foolish of me. So let's not do that. Down over here, what to do with Lusitania? Am I about to lose it? Are we going to lose the outpost again? Should I spend that influence? I'm gonna hang tight over here. Let's not build that harbor until it's until it's a viable outpost, I suppose. And let's get this ship over here moving. I mean, again, if I can instigate some violence from the Zulu or from the Haudenosaunee, again, because vassals' actions cause grievances against their overlord. If I can somehow, instigate, you see that -8 is going to hurt us, obviously, from the retreat earlier. But if I can somehow instigate some more violence, then we can definitely, sort of boost our numbers. See, rather than withdrawing our demands, something I could have done is kept those demands active, because if we have more demands than they have, then we have a slow increase to war support. But I guess I got a little greedy and I pushed a little, maybe too hard too quickly. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Worst case scenario, you know what? We'll declare a surprise war, and we'll just have to fight against the sentiment at home, the negative war support at home. Found our city over here. It's been. I need 3,091 influence to establish another outpost. Wow. At least I can found a city without spending any influence. Maybe I should just do that instead. Maybe I should found a city down here and found a city up over here as well, and just found multiple cities, and then eventually, if I can recover, just absorb everything. I don't know. I mean, this will anger them. This will instigate them to declare war on us. Potentially, right? They're already at 100% war support, so I don't know. I don't know the right play here. Hang tight, I suppose. Hang tight, and I do wonder if I shouldn't get some ships out over here to help transport some of these troops. Well, you're occupied. Where is Nineveh? You have a harbor up top over here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. I thought that was a harbor where we could recruit. We could instead recruit from Harigunga. I'm sure we have a harbor over here. The thing is, our ships aren't really our strongest suit. Our ships aren't really our strongest suit or anything. We don't have anything special in that regard. So fine, let's make our way over as quickly as possible. Instead, go ahead and take you to the. I wonder if I shouldn't upgrade these guys over here, because if I send them over, I mean, I guess I could take them through Alaska. Right, that wouldn't be too bad, because they'd be able to take the trains up to here. That would be in 2 turns, because they got to get to the train station first, then 1 turn to get here. And then how long would it take them to get over to here? Let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 turns. 12 turns versus 13 turns and coming from the water. Though again, I mean, the city itself is over here, right? It's not over here. Though who knows how it's been expanded. Wow, going through Alaska is actually faster because of the train stations. All right, go for it. Yeah, if that's the case, then that's the case. And I guess the river over here is slowing us down, unfortunately. But this way also, then as we pass through Manchester, we can upgrade our troops. That's another part of my reason for going up that way. Over here, we've got science osmosis. Ideological proximity gave us an instant boost to science. Excellent. I thought I saw this down over here as well at Kirtan. Another 15 science. Sure, I'll take it. I'll take whatever you have to offer. And what about... no, you've got nothing for me. All right, very well. Over here, these guys still hanging tight because we just don't have the influence to waste on that. I would much rather save it up for use here. Wow. Okay. Hang tight, I suppose. And no, remind me later. I'm still just not ready to enter the next era because I want to at least get one of our colonial offices. Plus 10 money for liege, plus 2 money for liege based on per adjacent district. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made over here, and if we are about to get the Ottomans as a vassal, I would like to do that, and perhaps declare this war before we switch to Indians. And the thing about Indians is that they are an aesthete culture, so influence is going to come into play there, and hopefully we can kind of recover. I mean, it might work out for us, it might actually hurt us, because our main fame gain won't be happening at a great rate, but then again, we're so far ahead of everybody else that I don't think we have to worry about that all that much, right? But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's hit that end turn button, see what our enemies do. Will there be a declaration of war? Close to victory means victory, actually. It throws me off that it says close to victory. It's like, why not just say victory? What else do we have over here? Attitude improved. Improved. The Greeks now feel differently about me. Hate-filled. That counts as an improvement? Okay, fair enough. Starvation at Nineveh and Calcutta. Man, that is
I don't mean to nag, but the marks one leaves on history should not necessarily be from malnutrition.
Wow. Oh man. Yeah, yikes. Okay, this is actually really bad. We have fertilizer plant plus 10% food. Probably the fastest way to get us a boost over here. Stability is dropping rather quickly as well. I'm not a big fan of that. Our farmer count is maxed out right now. I mean, we have feast for plus 5 food in 1 turn. I don't know how much of a difference that'll actually make. I could recruit troops because that reduces population, right? And that's one way to do it, I suppose. It'll take 4 turns though. By then, how much pop will we actually lose, right? Let's go ahead and get the fertilizer plant. Yes, it'll take 5 turns. I'm well aware of that, but I do think it's not a bad idea to work on this plus 10% food. Or I could get another farmer's quarter down and get plus 28 down over here for 5 turns. I feel like... Alright, why don't we go ahead and, considering our stability situation as well, let's go for the fertilizer plant. The commons quarter will be done next turn, so let's leave that be for now, and then I guess we'll... Can I actually afford this up? Oh my god, 18,000? Definitely cannot afford that upgrade. Okay, fair enough. And what about custom nugget over here? 11 turns it'll take to make this commons quarter. Not ideal. Stability is dropping significantly. I mean, if my relations with the Greeks is improving... I wonder if, actually, let's have a conversation with the Persians over here. Let's have a conversation here. We have an ongoing crisis, do we? That's unfortunate. See, I was hoping to get a little bit of trade going. Oh, can we still? Do we? We don't. We can trade? No, we can't. Okay, we just know what the other party has. We can't actually trade. Okay, that's what I thought. What about the Greeks?
Welcome.
Are you more open to trading now? Perhaps trade everything, but they have nothing. They've got nothing to send our way. That is unfortunate. The Haudenosaunee, I mean, for some time I suppose we could. No, we have no relations to do that with. How about the Zulu themselves?
How can I
Nothing.
help you?
Yeah, it's tough. I was hoping for some luxury resources with which we could kind of quell the masses, as it were, but I don't think that's likely to happen anytime soon. Fair enough. Up top over here, let's keep you going. Well, you want to go by the waters? Sure. Let's go. This is a fairly formidable force, I think. Ooh. Ah, yes, of course. The Ottomans surrender. How could I forget? They are in the early modern era as the Ottomans with 1 fame star. These guys are not going to be a threat at all, so that money is a must-take, unfortunately, because it's one of the original demands. Hekatompelos was one of the original demands as well, so I also must take it. And then becoming a vassal is affordable. Yeah, excellent. I could instead ask for more territories, but I don't think I will. Hekatompelos and Rothald both will come to me. Hekatompelos and Rothald both down over here. I don't know if I'll be able to do the absorption because it's expensive, right? I don't know if I'll be able to afford it. Hopefully it's cheap enough to do and we can stay below the city cap by a more significant margin. Because again, I cannot deselect these options because they were a part of the original demands. But let's go for it. This was the plan all along. 1,800 gold. Get Hekatompelos, get Rothald. You can keep everything else, but you will be my vassal. Yep, let's force their surrender.
We thank you. We almost feel kinship with you.
I think we have waded through enough blood.
I think we have. Through the millennia, I think we have. Hopefully, that is the last war between our people.
Lovely. Impressive. A cultural wonder that makes me want to pull out my toy blocks and go crazy.
Which one? Which one? I wish it would like take you to where it's talking about, you know? Alright, so Hekatompelos, alright, let's see. Hariganga, can I actually absorb 21,000? I mean, geez. Obviously, cities are so well developed, they'll always be expensive to absorb. We know this, but I was really hoping it wouldn't be so harsh. Okay, well, in the meanwhile, right, Hekatompelos, shall we put you in charge of building the colonial office. Let's go ahead and find a suitable spot for it. If I'm not mistaken, it is 1 per territory, right? Can only be built in other civilizations' territories when you're their liege. Can be built once per territory. So we got to find the sweet spot. There's a plus 16 to gold over here. Plus 12, plus 12, plus 14. All right, there's a plus 16. There's another plus 16 up over there. And what about up over here? We have another plus 16. I want to make sure I get these done because I can only build them in this era, right? When I'm the British specifically. They don't carry over to future eras. So let's go ahead and build one over here first. 5 turns it'll take. That's fine. And as like Nineveh and stuff get done, maybe we'll assign more cities to work on more colonial offices. But I'm glad we're able to get them in, you know? I was a little worried, I'll be honest. Okay, I do have enough influence now to start claiming territories. Do I do that or do I just found a city? Jeez, we're 10 over 7 for city cap. We're going to be 10 over 8. Eventually we'll end up as 11 over 8. Risky, risky, risky. Really risky. Okay, you know what? Hang tight up there. Down over here, let's keep applying some pressure. Again, we might lose this ship sooner than I'd like to, but let's try and bait out some fighting over here. My vassal, what's going on over here? Anything? Nothing. Again, no way I'm accepting their demands. This slow trickle down is going to kill me. I might need to declare that surprise war sooner rather than later. Oh, you know what I could try and do? You know what I could try and do? Sorry, not with the Persians, but with the Zulu. I could try and propose... Oh, no, I can't. I'm trying to propose an alliance. I imagine they'll say no.
So,
there we go. Beautiful.
shall we become closer?
Exactly what I wanted. Give me that grievance.
And why would I accept this proposal?
Go ahead and push this demand.
To decide as you wish.
Let me think about this. Yeah, let's push this demand. All right. And we'll withdraw this demand for that extra 5 war support in due time. Not right now.
In my considered opinion, one of your competitors garnered a lot of fame building that monstrosity.
I mean, I like that it's an insulting statement, but again, I wish it went to where they were talking, like what they were talking about. But yeah, sorry, what I was saying was we'll hold off on that until we're ready to declare war, because I think it's going to have to be a surprise war, which means I want to give myself as much of a runway as possible with regards to what's the word I'm looking for? The pushback from our people. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be a negative to our war support, a constant negative trickle. And I want to make sure that we have as much of a runway as possible to fight against that. It's going to take 2 turns to get up there, really? Is it? Oh, no, it's just next turn we'll be able to get up there. Okay, so this war is coming soon. We'll be in a position against Sipar. We can actually attack it right over here. That would be foolish. We'd probably want to go up over there and attack from round back over here. They will, it looks like, have the high ground inside like the city itself and all that, but we'll be fine, I'm sure. I don't think they're technologically superior to us. I'm sure we'll be okay. I'm sure we'll be a-okay. But my concern is that we kick the war off over here and then we are out of position over here, of course, right? So we want to make sure that we're in position up over here as well. That's the real concern. You guys hanging tight. And then up over here, the I mean, these guys have arrived here already, which is pretty cool. And then it's going to take how long? 7, 8, 9 turns to get up there, eh? 9 turns to get up there. And these guys will take how long? It'll take them 7 turns to get over here. Jeez. Do I have that kind of patience? I suppose I have to. I suppose I don't really have a choice. What do we have over here? Mohenjo-daro sits idle. 6 turns to get a colonial office. 6 turns, really. Food's looking good. Stability is looking not so good. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at options for stability, which I guess would be the Commons Quarter. And that gives us influence as well, so can't really complain about that. 6 turns it'll take. Sure, up over here, why not? 6 turns. 11 turns over here with Bastimnagar. I mean, could I bring some people over to work on industry here? 9 turns now, okay, good. Obviously it affects our income, but I feel like we kind of need to get some of this stuff done, you know? I don't want a mutiny in Bastimnagar. Sure, let's... God damn. More. 8 turns now. 8 turns still. Sure, let's get it to 8 turns then. Fair enough. And eventually we might have to pay for it to rush it out, I guess. We find ourselves in a pretty interesting situation over here. A pretty interesting situation. Bombay, you're looking okay. Yeah, you're looking fine. Calcutta, gonna lose that population, unfortunately. I thought the Commons Quarter was gonna be done last turn, but am I? Must be misremembering. Fair enough, fair enough. Sure, you're fine. You know what, you're fine. Alright, cool. That's the turn done. Alright, Nineveh's working on the Commons Quarter now. Good stuff. Same down over here with Asher. Okay, good stuff. What do we have? Cultural conversion started. The Haudenosaunee sphere of influence grows. The Greeks ended a treaty. From trade everything to only trade luxuries. It's not like there are any luxuries to trade. Not from your end, at least. Lusitania has been added to the sphere of influence of the Haudenosaunee. God damn. I mean, we can't exert our influence. It's too far away. Right? So I'm not surprised that that's happened. You can see over here, Gloss is now being claimed by them as well. Manchester, what are you up to? Nothing right now. I do wonder if we shouldn't recruit some soldiers over here, perhaps, you know, something a bit more local. 7 turns. We might as well wait for our other armies to arrive here instead. Okay, how about we go ahead and establish... Garrison? We wouldn't be able to position it anywhere that's actually beneficial to us, so fine. Another colonial office then, because that allows us to enter the next era a bit sooner, because we can, you know, it's one less we have to build later on, further down the line. So let's go ahead and establish this up over here at Garma. These guys are going to keep moving. I just want to make sure that this is the fastest way over. Yeah, looks like it. Over to here, I suppose, right? And then we'll make our way down. These guys are still making their way over as well. Yeah, and these guys are making their way over. What's the best way to do this? 8, 9 turns. Alright, let's make our way over. A little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. A little nervous. Just because of how out of position some of our armies are, you know? Just a little concerned. What's the deal here?
Hail, sovereign.
Oh, don't pretend to be polite. Let's keep this demand active for now. We'll withdraw it later on. Like I said, when the time comes, we'll do it. We'll pull the trigger on it, and we'll use that to declare our surprise war. But for now, we must be patient. Why are you not moving? Let's go. Come on now. The whole time. All right, good stuff. Over to here, these guys can actually push up to here. Not a bad idea to scout the area out a little bit and just see what's actually going on over here. Yeah, you can see the expansions that have happened over here. Fair enough. And let's go ahead and get our massive army over here, our 6 stack, all the way up to the train station here and beyond even. Look at that. I mean, look at the distance they're covering. Oh man, it's so cool. It's so cool. And of course, before we cross over, we should make sure to get all the upgrades in. Or as many as we can, at least. I mean, we don't want those Mongol hordes either, so I'll upgrade the Tusamnaya, and then we'll take a look at the Mongol hordes and make sure we have enough to afford their upgrades as well. As these guys make their way over, let's have you hanging tight still. A little worried that these guys might try and claim this. That would not be okay, but might have to let it pass. London, down over here. We could have you establish another colonial office too, or... continue to make more money down over here. What about the commons quarters for you? The influence is just you know, top of mind right now. If we can counter it just by generating more, you know, that does the trick too. Another hamlet down over here. Maybe not a terrible idea. Or what else could we do? You know, production here is actually pretty terrible. We might want to pursue some makers quarters. Just for, you know, moving forward. Let's do the colonial office first. Again, brings us to the next era a bit sooner. Sooner than I expected, actually, truth be told. Let's go ahead and do that. Better than the market quarters or anything we could establish, right, as far as the financial yield is concerned. Urgent affairs require my attention. Angel wings. For the longest time, Calcutta has faithfully served as the breadbasket of the empire, its rich farmland a source of envy in other territories. The people of the region, however, have often been called idle, and accused of neglect or worse. Now, though, a zoologist has identified a parasite thought to be responsible for what many thought a character defect. Ancylostoma duodenale. Ancylostoma duodenale. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, so forgive me. AKA the common hookworm. The region's reputation for lethargic, exhausted workers with distended bellies and emaciated shoulder blades, angel wings, is clear. What will you do, though? Oh, man, alright. We can either educate. A focused public health campaign around Calcutta will make the citizens feel valued. It'll cost us a little bit. It'll help with stability. We could treat. It will cost, but a full empire-wide public health program could eradicate this terrible affliction. Bountiful on 10 cities for 10 turns, giving us a lot more food, and God knows we could use a lot more food. Or we could discredit. Calcutta's feckless citizens are to blame. They shame the hard work of the rest. Let's hope the hookworm doesn't travel. It gives us overproductive extra industry on 10 targets for 10 turns. Chance of triggering another narrative event, it says. Yeah, probably a negative narrative event, I would imagine. No, I think it's very much in keeping for us to treat this. I mean, based on all of our past decisions, based on, I mean, as far as, like, the medical capacity of the subcontinent and stuff are concerned, I think treat makes the most sense over here. So we will go ahead and treat. Yes, it will cost us some money, but it is a worthwhile expense. Gives us bountiful as well. We are currently suffering from a food shortage across the empire. We're about to go to war, and we all know that we all know what an army marches on, right? So let's go ahead and go with that treat option. I think it lines up in almost every way. Well, not almost. It lines up in every way. So let's go ahead and confirm that. It will cost, but a full empire-wide public health program could eradicate this terrible affliction.
Reaching the end of an ideology axis isn't extremist. Think of it as being focused, yes? Very goal-oriented.
Yeah, goal-oriented indeed. Call it that. Ooh. The Greeks reached the early modern era with the Edo Japanese. Very well, very well. I just realized I've left these notifications open. We've got one of our agrarian stars. That's kind of ironic considering our current situation. Intan has been added to the sphere of influence of the Zulu. I hate it. At least our faith is spreading, so there's that. And Mohenjo-Daro is starving.
I'm afraid they've already eaten all the bread and the cake.
Well, that's not ideal.
Now the pantry seems empty.
Why'd I let that happen? Artificial reservoirs, +2 food on rivers. Okay, let's go ahead and get the fishery first. +3 food on harbor from over here. We do have a harbor at the lake. And then let's go. How did I miss that? I just turned a blind eye to it. And let's go ahead and work on. Maybe I should work on the +2 food on river instead. We got a couple of tiles of river in here. That might be more worth it than the fishery. So we'll do the artificial reservoir, and then we'll do the fishery right afterwards, and then we'll turn our attention back to the commons quarters. Fair enough. Units can continue moving. These guys will have to do their upgrades now. Oh, it is truly the end of an era. It's kind of sad to see these guys go, but the Samnaya will be upgraded to the redcoats. And these Samnaya as well, to the redcoats. Man, they've been with us for so long, and successfully. They survived through quite a few wars and battles. It's not like they were just sitting around doing nothing. The active members of our empire. Alright, things are looking okay still. Go ahead and tuck you away. Oh, hang tight there. Go ahead and hang tight over here as well. You guys are hanging tight too, unfortunately. Having some of these armies so disparate is obviously hurting us because it just costs us more money, right? Unfortunate. And these guys, you can move a little bit closer too. You can get up to... I almost wonder if I want to, like, do a two-pronged... Like, if I attack from here, it will include this army over here as well. And they'd sort of be forced to defend from two sides, I guess. But, like, the flag would be up over here, so they'd have no incentive to, like, try and over-defend down over here. You know what I mean? And I would just make it harder for myself because I'd have to climb over the walls into the city and then over the walls out of the city because there's these mountains over here. And I don't know if I can travel through those mountain tiles when I'm in the city. So no, we'll go ahead. We'll continue up this way. Get into position over here. Avaris might be a problem. I wonder if that's not an omen. You know, avarice, right? I wonder if I shouldn't instead go up towards Intan and push towards Avaris Take Sipar with these 3, take Avaris with these 6. Or vice versa, because these guys... Oh, well, no, they have infantry as well. Yeah, we could just move together. Why not? We'll just move together. Sipar and then Avaris later on. They might move towards Intan. That's my only concern. We do have some roads we could take advantage of when we get in there. It's still, you know, 3 turns of movement. It's no small, like, distance or anything. Loop on over to here. Oh, we are expansionists, so we could step right in. Just take a look and see what they're doing in here, right? Maybe burn something down, I don't know. Just try and get their blood boiling, basically. Just try and get their blood boiling. Still okay up over here? Yeah, we're still okay. Alright, good stuff. That turn done. Electricity has been researched. Beautiful. There's that world deed accomplished. Discover electricity. Wonderful. Now, I do want to do a symposium as well, but I just don't know. I just don't know where we'll get the opportunity first. Because the symposium gets you fame as well. But I don't wanna ignore that. Don't wanna ignore that. And getting urban planning sooner rather than later would be good as well. So I wonder if there isn't somewhere where I might want to dedicate a bit more to science. You know, like over here with the commons quarters instead, could we... How much of a difference is it going to make to have 2 more people, you know? Yeah, not that much. Not that much of a difference. Let's go ahead and continue movements here. These guys will both move further in. Yeah, excellent. Okay, just wanted to make sure. 7 idle armies. Alright, you're going to hang tight. You're going to hang tight as well. Up over here. Oh, hello. Okay, good. I'm glad we could see them. I'm glad we could see them. They got musketeers of their own. Okay. Oh, okay. I do not like that. They've got the Temple of Artemis. Warriors' Pride culture trait gives them plus 15 health regeneration. So if we allow them to survive with everything they have, they'll come back pretty hard. They are musketeers though otherwise, and then they've got their winged hussars as well. I've heard it said as hussars in the past. I've always thought it was hussars, and I've heard some people say hussars, and I'm not 100% sure. So I'm gonna keep saying hussars until someone corrects me in the comments. These guys are scary too. Heavy cav. They are scary. 54 combat strength, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. When charging, the target cannot retaliate. Jeez. That really is something. Oh my god, okay. Good to know. Good to know. But how many armies could they possibly have? How many armies could they possibly have? And again, I could keep pushing in if I wanted to. Again, I'm an expansionist. I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. In fact, I'm going to step right up over here. Right on in, let's go. Let's send you, yeah, sure, up over here as well. Just under 1 banner, Sipar over here. 6 turns is all it'll take. It would be in keeping with like my my culture and all. Got some halberdiers over here as well. I do like that the art is different. They're musketeers. Like, look at their musketeers versus our musketeers, right? I think it's quite nice. Yeah, I might actually make a move towards Sipar, and they might try and like attack us to defend it, which is great because it'll just push our war score, right? Yeah, we should do that. I keep forgetting the advantage of being expansionist like that. I'm gonna go ahead and ransack over here. 10 turns it'll take. Oh, and we do have to declare war if we do that. 2 vassals. Who's your other vassal?
The snake approaches.
Okay, no, that's a UI error. They don't actually have 2 vassals. All right, keep moving then. Up over here, hang tight. You've discovered ice. I see. Don't be distracted like a fool. Come on. This is gonna get really frustrating real fast, isn't it? That's too bad. Alright, we're fine, we're fine. Meanwhile, Asher, why don't we go ahead and get you... I don't think we can actually establish another colonial office. But I wouldn't expect the game to highlight the option unless there was a spot. Great. These guys feel like they can now spread their influence a little bit. I don't mind so much per se, because they are a vassal of mine. I wish they'd done it in the New World, though, because then, you know, they might have some soldiers there or something that I could actually use, but no, of course not. Why would they do that? Alright, Asher, perhaps you are the place where we hold our first symposium. Wait, what do we have over here? Fishmonger for more money on the harbor. Fishery, do we need more food that much? Yeah, actually we kind of do. So fine, let's go ahead and get the fishery. It'll take 1 turn. And then we can try and pursue maybe the Alchemist Workshop. 7 turns it'll take. That's not a very fast not really fast. 45 turns for a symposium though. That's a huge undertaking. That's hefty. That is hefty. Alright, end our turn here. There it is. Okay, good stuff. Instigating some fighting, right? We just have to win the battles. We just have to win the battles as well. All right. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. I don't know if our vassals are like even thinking about stepping in. I don't know if they're able to tell what's about to go down. And that's one of the things that I wish the game did a little bit better. And by a little bit better, I mean significantly better, is just like have more options with vassals, like give me something to do with them beyond just having them. Because like now that I have them as vassals, our options include nothing, right? Everything is already there. Yeah, we can trade with them, sure, but like it feels a little hollow. And they do get involved. Don't get me wrong; they get involved in wars and stuff, and that's really cool. But I want to be able to direct them more. That's the point of having a vassal, right? You're kind of able to direct or influence them in some way. We'll come to you in just a moment. Down over here. Now they are the attackers, right? They are the attackers, so we just have to defend our banner. Hopefully, I haven't put myself in a poor position to do so. And what to do over here? Food's looking okay. Industry's looking okay, I think. Maybe some more industry's not a bad idea. Maybe some more industry is not a bad idea. Do we have luxury deposits over here? Yeah, we do have the lead over here. So the taxation office would give us not just the +5, but that +3 as well, right? I'm going to go ahead and say we work on industry first, though. Just to accelerate the rate at which everything else happens here. Alright. You guys keep exploring over here. You guys hang tight still. Hang tight. Hang tight. Oh, I guess we can keep moving. Fair enough. One thing I could have done is just sort of claim these for myself, I suppose. But the thing is, if I send my settlers over and they send an army over, there will be a battle and I will lose it. So there's like no point in doing that in that way. Because I'm just asking to be defeated. I'm asking to be crushed. Alright, what to do at London? What to do at London? Perhaps another hamlet? 37 and 6. 44 from just the farms. Why don't we go ahead and get some more money? I guess we've established our first colonial offices. Very well, very well. Time for battle. Not open war, but a precursor to it. What are the reinforcements looking like? Those winged hussars worry me. More than their musketeers, more than their guns, I fear their horses. But I think we'll be okay. Unfortunately, our reinforcing army is the bigger one. But we're not going to retreat, of course not. Manual battle it shall be. Let's see what we can do over here. Good, everyone's involved right off the bat, so there's that. We don't have to worry about that. We have some musketeers who can move or attack, so we want to make sure that they are in decent positions where they can kind of like fire right off the bat, right? These are our redcoats. You are our redcoats as well. Okay, you guys can hang back over here. Get these musketeers up there. These are redcoats as well. Get you up over there because they can move and shoot. These guys can obviously move and shoot as well. So musketeers here. Here, and that's it. These are the pikes. The Gudgeonal back over there. Redcoats, redcoats, redcoats. These guys can kind of like move around and flank perhaps. We're on the river, so hopefully that allows us to get around there and fire from the side. And then of course the dragoons themselves should be able to move around rather freely and get some shots in. Alright, this should work out. We've got decent high ground. Well, not high ground, level ground really. Unless they come to this valley, in which case we'll have the high ground. That'll be good. Maybe we can catch them while they're crossing the river, but I don't know how much the terrain is going to work in our favor, or in anyone's favor for that matter. Let's end the deployment there. Oh dear. See what comes of it. The Zulu move first. Come on now. Shots up there. Returning fire over here. Good stuff, good stuff. Very clever. They got the charge in. That's why they're moving so wide, right? Because then we can't retaliate. Good stuff. Very clever. Eliminated one unit over there. Okay. Not liking it so far. These guys are going to come through with a charge as well. Again, preventing our retaliation. Oh, man. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay. Well, we got to make this count. Fortunately, our guns can eliminate their hussars in one round, no problem. So that's good. That's good. Dragoons, can you do the same? You cannot. That is unfortunate. That is less good. The Gujna? I'll move you around to check, won't I? Might pull you over to here maybe and fire from up there. Okay, okay. Let's figure this out here. Musketeers, obviously, they cannot move and shoot, so I guess the halberdiers are all we can fire at over here. I keep forgetting dug in gives us that combat strength when attacked. We just have to make sure the winged hussars can't be doing the attacking, because then we don't get any advantage. These guys could come in from over here, cause some damage, take more, really, truth be told. That's not ideal. Alright, let's see. These musketeers can finish you off. These musketeers can come around the bend and fire at you if the dragoons make room for them, I suppose. These guys can fire up over there, leaving these winged hussars still active if I've got all my my distribution right over here, right? So why don't we go ahead and, yeah, shoot up top over here first. Fire away. Beautiful. Let's get these guys over to the side. Yeah, it's gonna be, let's see. Okay, let's get you over to here. Alright, let's get you over to here. Almost made a mistake there. Alright, these guys can come over here and fire, right? Yeah. These guys, can you fire from over here? You cannot. You can fire from back there. Okay, just trying to figure out the order of operations over here. Let's go ahead and pull you down to here. Right? You'd come down here and fire up there. I wish I could see how much damage we do. Can't tell if we can get up to there. Might have made a bit of a mistake over here. Might have made a bit of a mistake. I might have been able to get rid of both of these units as well, but you know what? It is what it is. I guess I get to pay the price. Get you to fire first. Might as well. Let's try something else, actually. Adapt and overcome, right? Adapt and overcome. We could fire with you and with you. Ooh, that could eliminate them, actually. And then these guns could come down and fire at these guys instead, is what I'm hoping for, if we fit. The other option, of course, is... no, I think the high ground over here is making a fair bit of a difference. Alright, let's get these guns to fire up over... Ooh. They're actually doing okay. The redcoats cannot eliminate these winged hussars. That's unfortunate. Huh. Okay. Let's see. These are redcoats, right? Yes, they are redcoats. Okay, let's go ahead and fire down over here. Good stuff. Can you finish these guys off? Maybe. We're not sure. Maybe. Worth a shot? Let's try it. Let's try it. Come on. Beautiful. We got him. All right. Wonderful, wonderful. I need that because these guys might be able to come, yes, over to here and be on the low ground. But they might be able to take these guys out. You can fire down over here. Do minimal damage. Well, might as well do some damage, right? Sure, I guess fire down here. Take a bit of a risk with these guys, I guess. I could pull these guys... You can move again? Oh yeah, move and fire. Okay, so I could pull these guys down over here. Here's what I'm thinking. Push you up over there. Push you over to here. And then, let's see. Yeah, there's a bit of chaos over here. Do I fire at those guys or do I fire at these guys? Soften these guys up a fair bit. Soften these guys a fair bit. Whereas if both of these guys fire up there, it would take both of them to soften them up to the same level as these guys with one shot. Alright, you know, let's go ahead and do this. Don't know if this is the best call, but it's the call I've made. And you're going to fire up over here. Other options include eliminating these halberdiers completely. I imagine these guys can do the same. No, they can't. They can hurt them, though. Can soften them up. Let's go for it. That's all we really have as an option. And these guys turn around and soften up the winged hussars, I think. Yeah, go for it. Oh, I'm not sure if that was my best round ever, I'll be honest with you. Take a bit of hurt there, okay. Gonna take some hurt up over here. I do want to try and use that dug in as much as possible. Oh, these halberds are gone. Oh, they're dead. That is rough, man. That is rough. We've got this battle, though. We've got this battle. It's just a matter of minimizing the cost of it. Got another unit up over there as well. What is that? Musketeers? Alright. Let's see. What to do over here. These guys can finish you off? Oh, maybe. Maybe. These guys can maybe finish you off. Now, redcoats can move and shoot, right? So the Gudgeonal pull you back to fire up there. Maybe eliminate those guys. Over here, we could cause a fair bit of hurt to these musketeers. We've taken a fair bit of damage as well ourselves. These musketeers, again, move or attack. So why don't we get them? Because they only have one option over here. So let's go ahead and fire away and eliminate these halberdiers. Down you go. Nice and easy. These guys could fire down over here. Basically eliminate the musketeers. Okay, down over here we could eliminate you rather easily. Wonder if I push you up over here just to see what our options would be firing in either direction. Right, okay, let's go ahead and move you over to here. It is really the winged hussars that I feel need eliminating as a priority. You can fire down here, eliminate these guys. You can not. I see that plus one extra from friendly units makes such a big difference. It's like never underestimate how much of a difference that can make. All right, so why don't we go ahead and use these guys to fire over here and hope for the best. Down you go. Beautiful. Right. These guys will eliminate the winged hussars. Why don't we move these guys up over here now? The reason why I'm doing that is to get +1s for you and for you. Don't want to move these guys up there instead because then we can actually shoot with them as well. Right, because these guys are going to eliminate these guys no matter what. So, okay, sure. Let's go ahead and move you up to here. Let's move you up to here to help the Gudgeonal out, basically. He's probably going to fire down over there, but you know, the +1 still helps. So yeah, let's move you up to there. You guys fire down over here, finish these winged hussars off. Down you go, beautiful. Then you can fire up over here. No, I think I'd rather you fire up over here, eliminate these guys. Down you go. Beautiful. You can fire up over here now. Get that +3 from friendly units. Cause whatever hurt we can. Yep. Beautiful. No reason not to, right? We can fire over here as well, and these guys should be able to finish them off afterwards. That's unfortunate that they're actually able to use the building over there. I wonder if we shouldn't fall back into their own city and use their own city against them. But for now, let's go ahead and fire up over here with the dragoons. Beauty. And have you fire back as well. Keep the high ground at least. Yeah, looking good. Return fire. Let's go. Down you go. Beautiful. We've lost 2 units. They've lost an entire army. 1 more unit. Oh, the Gudgeonal, of course, can still move. I wonder if I shouldn't move it forward just to get into a threatening position. No. Hang tight over there. A couple shots on these dragoons will be fine. And I think we'll be able to wipe them out. Go ahead and fire the artillery piece. You may fire when ready. Beauty. Get you onto the high ground over here. Fire from up on high. Let's get you up over there. Because these guys will get up over here, I think. So yeah, let's fire down. Come on. A little bit of hurt. Fire away. Come on now. Come on now. Ho 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 ho, that was better than I expected, actually. Better than I expected. I wonder if... these guys are out of position. Why don't we get you up over here? I'm trying to get somebody else to triple veterancy if possible, or at least a double, potentially. Alright, so... fire away. And I do believe it's based on damage, it's not based on kills. I might be mistaken, and if you know I'm wrong, then feel free to correct me. I'm never going to be upset about being corrected. But I do believe it's based on damage. Oh, are you for real? You're going to survive that? That's fine, because these guys can come through from the side over here and finish them off, right? You're going to finish them off, right? Notch draw loose, sure. Whatever you want to call it, as long as it brings us victory. Beautiful. Now again, that was expensive. I love how the music comes to an end. That was very expensive. Not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that. But if we take a look at the situation over here, you can see our recent victory is quite helpful. It's quite helpful. I'm concerned though. I'm concerned though because we just lost 2 units, and I don't know if that'll make or break this war really, but it does make me a little nervous. I wonder if I shouldn't bring these guys over from Pastumnagar. It'll take them some time because they're gonna take the trains. It'll take them 3 or so turns, 3 or 4 turns. Okay, because again, at least we have the trains to shorten the trip a bit. So there is that. I'm going to do it. I need to start doing it now. My only concern is that the Goths will, of all people, the Goths will take this territory. That would be unfortunate. But what I could do is I could send these guys over to try and take Sipar, and then the Zulu will keep, I imagine, trying to stop us, right? And Sipar is not a bad place to just steal either. We'd have a fair bit of territory. Down over here, we'll take Nashira as well. Avaris is the bigger one, though, truth be told. Avaris is the bigger one. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Though Sipar has Mercury, which we could use. We could use whatever stability increase we can get. Alright, interesting. So, those are some options over here. We could send these guys over to try and claim. I wonder if we shouldn't pull back and heal up first. Now again, the Redcoats, they do have the Expedition trait, which means they can regenerate even outside of our territory, so that's good for them. But of course, our Dragoons don't have that. None of our other troops have that. It's specific to the Redcoats. So I have to figure that out. These guys are still making their moves. Alright, good stuff. So it really is about these two. It really is about these two, and how much of a risk am I willing to take over here? What could they be hiding up their sleeves, or do I feel as though I've eliminated a big part of their military, you know? Or do I just declare open war, I suppose? I do have this grievance I can push as well. Gives us another +5, I believe. It should. Sure, let's make our demand. I was mistaken. Yeah, it always throws me off. Like, if an additional demand will add another grievance triggered +5 or not, always throws me off. Now again, I can withdraw these demands and then we can declare war. Ah, no, because withdraw demands will just give us 10, so 82. That's not enough to declare war. Ooh, it is 80. 80 is the threshold. I thought it was 90. Okay. Okay, hold on. Are we in position, though, is the question. Are we in position? We are very much not. We need to get into position over here first. We're not that far away. We're not that far away. All right. So in that case, why don't we go ahead and, yeah, send you over. No valid tile. What do you mean there's no valid tile? Pretty sure. Oh, you know what? It's administrative centers, and what's the word I'm looking for? And outposts, right? So, All right. Okay. Where is your administrative center? Down over here, then. This would be all the way over there. Could try and chase something up over here. I guess it'll just be war then. I guess it'll just be war. Why don't we go ahead and pull you back to Porima. Heal up.
Moving out.
These guys could use some healing as well, but they can't move this turn, obviously. Heal up, and then we could attack next turn, I guess.
Understood, Commander.
Hang tight.
Eyes wide.
Next turn, let's see what they do. If they declare war first, perhaps. No. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? The Zulu are no longer the overlords of the Haudenosaunee. Hang on a second.
This deadlock needs breaking.
If I do business with you, I'll want to take a bath afterwards.
Wow. I think the Zulu are on the back foot. I think they're on the back foot. Now, they're not at war with the Haudenosaunee, so they must have, like, liberated them, I'm guessing.
Either hand over that land or I'll seize it.
Oh, jeez.
Your choice.
They want Lusitania, do they? Interesting. Okay, well, hey, that makes our war for the Americas that much easier. That is a twist I was not expecting. That makes it a lot easier because we don't have to worry about the Haudenosaunee at the same time. We have to worry about them separately. Like, they're not messing around over here either, right? But at least we don't have to worry about them at the same time. The Zulu don't have that much of a presence in the New World. So all of a sudden, we've kind of nullified that threat rather significantly. And jeez, they really hold everything here, don't they? Oh my god. Oh, they're massive. They might actually... Oh. Damn, I might need to pull somebody back. I might need to pull these guys back. Take the trains down and over. At least we have the train station in Mohenjo-Daro. I wonder how long it would take us to come back over here, actually. 5 turns. 5 turns if you want to pull back from all the way there, which might not be a bad idea. I think what we'll do, though, is I think we'll declare the war first. We'll have enough war support. Well, right. We'll defuse... Well, no. We'll refuse their defusal. And then we'll withdraw our demands, and that should give us enough war score to declare this war. And we'll take Sipar by force really quickly. We'll try and take Avaris as well. And as we're doing that, we'll have our reinforcements arrive. Hopefully, again, it'll take a few extra turns here or there. And then hopefully our vassals over here with their wonderful pikemen and Assyrian raiders will come through and assist us as well. There is a lot going on. There's a lot to do. But as soon as we declare this war, or shortly after we declare this war, we will enter the next era. And I think we need to make sure that we change our gears a little bit as well, because I want to make sure after we get urban planning, we shift up to mechanization so that we can get the combustion engine, so we can get aeronautics, aerial warfare, get ourselves some of those strategic bombers, the monoplane fighter, the airports and stuff like that as well. Of course, getting combustion engine will also give us access to the continuous track, which means the medium tank and the anti-tank gun become available. Further along, we can get the radar. We've got the main battle tank, the APCs, and we got fighter jets. I was waiting. I was going from radar past to fighter jets. I wanted to get to fighter jets. I really want to get up to all these higher tech, weapons, and I need to shift gears for that quickly. We have about 80 turns left. 6 turns will be taken by this. I think we have plenty of turns. I think we'll be able to get to all that tech for sure. Yeah, I mean, all that. Our entry into the next era, our war against the Zulu, and more next time, folks. I hope you enjoyed this session. I certainly did. A lot of brewing tension over here, a lot of brewing tension. That battle, I was a little worried we were going to lose more than we did. And if we did lose more than we did, we would have had to reassess our declaration of war. But that went rather smoothly. We lost only 2 units, so I think we can declare war next time with little hesitation. Again, folks, I do hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know down below. Leave a like, leave a comment. It does make a big difference. Just lets me know what y'all are interested in watching on the channel, what I should do more or less of, how I should go about doing it. Just trying to get the camera to zoom it. There we go. Just enjoy the glory of this subcontinent after all the development's been done compared to the thumbnail. But anyway, folks, as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big ol' thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time. Cheers.